Hello there, I hope you're doing well. This is Mrs. Weatherall. I'm going to go ahead and do a multiplication problem involving simplifying rational expressions. So there's my multiplication problem I wanted to focus on. There's a lot of numbers on this page, so I'm trying to get that more focused. So now I'm going to look at each one and see if I can simplify or factor. Well, my numerator here, there's nothing I can do, so I'm just going to go ahead and copy it over. Give myself a little more room here. So x minus 10 is my numerator. Now my denominator, I know that I can probably factor that. So I set up my parentheses. Looking at this sign is positive, both signs are the same. So both are going to be addition. So I have x plus, factors of 35 that add up to 12. 7 and 5. Multiplied is 35, addition is 12, so 7 and 5. So I factored the first part there. So now I'm going to look at the second part. So again, I'm going to factor my numerator because it's a trinomial. And I am simplifying, so I know that x goes here. This sign I look to, it's negative 100% of the time. I'm going to have a plus and a minus. So I'm looking at factors, opposite signs of 50 that add up to negative 5. And I'm just thinking negative 10, what's about negative 10 and a positive 5? So doing that, negative 10 and a positive 5, I can see that that works. So a negative 10 and a positive 5. So that gives me negative 5 when I add them. So the bottom, I'm going to go ahead and factor that trinomial. So starting my parentheses again, I know each one has an x. Looking to this sign, it's a negative, so I know I have a plus and a minus again. So factors of 80, opposite signs that add to negative 2. Let's try a negative 8 and a positive 10. That's negative 80 multiplied, but it's a positive 2 if I add them. So I'm going to switch the signs. Positive 8 and a negative 10 multiplied is a negative 80. Adding them gives me a negative 2. So I'm going to put in my numbers over here, negative 10 and a positive 8. So now my next step is to simplify or cross out things that are the same. So I can tell my numerator and denominator, I have a plus x plus 5, so that can get crossed out. Looking here, well, I've got an x minus 10 on the first part and the second part, so I'm just going to cancel it right here. So there's nothing else I can cancel out, so I'm going to write my x minus 10. And I'm going to bring my denominator, what's left over. So x plus 8. So my answer is a D.